It's been bad in America for months now, but the dam may be breaking on things deservedly getting bad for the Biden administration as a result. Biden the boob, not even the biased press can save him. A bit of justice in tonight's preamble. Aside from his Afghanistan disaster, where 75% of Biden's evacuees were not American citizens or vetted Afghan allies, Biden's most enduring set of crises are the ones he created on the U.S. southern border. In an attempt to hide his lawless and unconstitutional push for illegal immigration, Team Biden erroneously smeared our border agents who dared to enforce the law. Team Biden falsely accused border agents of using whips and lassos to attack illegal aliens who were breaking into the United States. Now, in my opinion, attacking agents for enforcing the law so that socialists can continue to break the law is unconscionable. According to NPR, the agents involved in this have been reassigned, and a DHS investigation is underway. In my opinion, any lawful tool should be used to prevent illegal immigration. Whether it's horses, whether it's tanks, or fluffy white pillows, it doesn't matter. Whatever it takes to enforce the law within the confines of the law is good. Illegal immigration is wrong. Illegal immigration is immoral, and illegal immigration is bad for any nation forced to endure it by its political class. In short, illegal immigration and the politicians enabling it are anti-Americans. Even Democrats were quick to debunk the disgraceful lies about our border agents.
Border Patrol has had those horse brigades for a while. They've had them for a while, number one. Number two, they don't carry whips, and they do not carry lassos. I think the picture you're talking about, at least the one I've seen, is the rein of the horses.
Should those be used even if it's a rein?
We cannot paint the Border Patrol with the same type of paintbrush. Look, you know, what are they supposed to do? Just stand there and let everybody come in?
Notice how the CNN anchor, once he was set straight that our agents don't have whips or lassos, tried to suggest that the agents use the reins as whips. By the way, that too has been debunked. It looks like the White House's attempt to change the story of their failure and induce sympathy for illegal aliens is backfiring. Biden's poll numbers are in free fall, and the absurdity of the socialist claim is driving American exasperation and disgust.
We're up to 2.5 million people. You have repeatedly stated that our borders are not open, that they're closed. Do you honestly believe that our borders are closed?
Senator, I do.
Only Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is stupid enough to think our border is closed. Senator Ron Johnson confronting milquetoast Mayorkas there with the fact that 2.5 million illegal aliens will have infiltrated our country by year's end. And Mayorkas laughingly claiming that our border is closed. Even CNN is losing patience with propaganda over substance that is emblematic of socialist Democrat rule.
This is something we haven't seen before, this camp inside of the United States with thousands of people. What is the reticence to call something that is so clearly a crisis a crisis?
I call it a heartbreaking situation.
Wow, propaganda. Hey, remember, Biden's push for illegal immigration is harming Americans and illegal aliens alike. And absurd denial is all this feckless administration has left. So to prevent the press from asking Joe Biden any questions that are not scripted and approved by the anti-American millennials who run Joe Biden's government, this is how these harpies handle the press.
We got a lot of work to do, so thank you all very much.
When Biden ends his yammering and stammering, his handlers begin shouting, "Thank you, thank you, thank you." That's done so that Biden can't hear the questions from the press, and so that the press microphones can't hear Biden mumbling anything that's unscripted. This has prompted the biased press to file an official complaint about Biden's unwillingness to answer their questions. Dictators don't do that, you know. I remember President Trump would talk with the press for hours. Then that same press unfairly malign Trump, and then had the gall to hide Biden's loss of mental capacity, his racism, and his temper from their audiences. Now they're complaining about the guy they helped put into office. That's rich. But I guess I can see why the harpies who manage Biden don't want him talking without his pre-scripted questions from the biased press.
Mr. President, what's your reaction to the images coming from the southern border? Get it under control. Get it under control, or you have it under control? We will get it under control.
When he doesn't have a prompter, he actually tells the truth. The border is out of control, and so is the United States government. Thank you, Socialist Democrats. Thank you, Never Trumpers. You know, the only person who screws up more than people like you is the guy you cursed our country with, Joe Biden.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.